Welcome back everyone for a new weekly recap. And today we are going to go over what I'm going to do to get back to training, because as you know, I kind of got injured, and so last week I had to take it off. Even though we did the first session of the week, after it was pretty much a good thing. I feel much better. I think I can get back to training. Also, I did 9 holes. I think it was on Sunday, and I felt that every time you do a deload, the body is recovering, and so at the beginning of the deal, you're kind of feeling floppy and so on. You don't have a lot of energy, and then the energy starts rising slowly into you. And so I went to the golf course and did some. I had a very hard time feeling anything, because there is the deal when you are really, in order to be performant at golf, you need the right amount of tension and relaxation. And when you're doing a deload like this, where you're really recovering, and so your body kind of letting go and relaxing, you're so relaxed that it's very difficult to kind of get feeling. It's like, you see, if you pull a string, you put tension into it, and so when you pull on this side come with it, and so you kind of have a very instant feeling of, as soon as this start pulling, you feel it on this right hand that you need to go with it. And so, but on the other hand, when you're kind of letting it go, the string is loose, and if this one start pulling, this one doesn't even feel anything until it's actually straight. And so that's kind of, I think, how the body works in some ways, where if you don't have enough tension, then things are too soft in your body for you to feel things very accurately. And so first of all, that my feeling was way off. And also, but on the other side, since your body is recovered and everything is relaxed, you can generate ton of power. And so I had some very big issue with my irons, where I just flew pretty much every single green, despite the fact that I knew going to flew it. I still did it. I think first par 3, I did like 150 meter 9 iron. On the second par 3, I did a 170 meter 8 iron. I mean, that was crazy. On the third par 3, there was a 170 on the flag. I flew it with my 7 iron, so I did 190. Yeah, so that was very, very difficult. Anyway, so that's kind of the thing that happened, but also that gave me a lot of insight into how to actually pick for a golf tournament. And because that's something I've been thinking a lot. Don't worry, I'm going to get into more detail about the training and so on, but I have this tangent that I think is very interesting, where, see, the main key factor in order for you to perform on a tournament is your ability to get stable, to be consistent throughout 4 entire rounds. Where in different sports, like powerlifting or anything, when you want to get ready to peak perform, you don't need 4 days. You just need 1 day. And even within 1 day, you just need 1 hour. Where during that 1 hour, you're at peak performance. And you don't even need to be stable. You just need to pick the highest possible level. Well, in golf, this is what happened when I did this 9 hole. Physically, I was at my peak. I mean, I was hitting the ball further, and despite that, I was still feeling discomfort, because I saw my osteopath this morning. So yesterday, when I was doing the golf course, I wasn't actually feeling perfectly fine, but my body was ready. And so you see that when you have peak performance like this, for golf, this is very specific, and that doesn't really work. You want a different kind of, and that's why I think Rory McIlroy kind of decided. I don't know. That's just my guess. I'm start thinking about it. Just how will I prepare for me to pick to golf tournament like major championship and so on, and doing like a week off. Do very little. You recover and remove most of the fatigue. Then doing a week where you're playing before the major championship to reactivate everything, consolidate everything. So so you are not just loose and peaking with your body. So okay, that's going to induce a little bit of fatigue, but also get your body ready. Because here's the deal: to peak in golf, you need, as I said, consistency, but also a low level of fatigue. But you cannot have this level of consistency just after a deload where your fatigue is at the lowest. So you need a period of reactivation to stabilize everything before actually going on to perform at your best. So okay, you will induce a little bit of fatigue, but that will be compensated by the fact that you will be way more consistent and your feeling will be more accurate. So I think that's kind of the 3 weeks preparation. First week you deload and you remove all the fatigue. Second week you activate and calibrate everything to be ready for the next tournament. Might be something to consider. Anyway, that's just what I've been thinking, that peaking for golf is way different than peaking for any sport. And that's something in the future I need to start thinking about. Anyway, so, and actually that's exactly what this week is. That's funny because here it's like the week that I had here was the recovery week. Then this week that we are going to do, which should have been a deload because of my back, I'd rather just have done a recovery phase here. Also, just before I move on, see that we are not necessarily halfway point, but almost halfway point. The program was built on. So I need to put myself there. The program was set pretty much on 3 phases. So we have the first one here, the second one, and the last one. And so what I'm thinking is here I haven't really, even though I had like a week where I went on to ski and so on, I haven't really have a week off since the beginning of the year. So having this one, which is roughly at the middle of the year, middle of the program. So we are 5 cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cycle in, and we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's roughly the halfway point here. So I guess that was a good idea because those kind of recovery week you can do sometime where you almost do nothing, that allow you to alleviate a ton of long-term fatigue to be ready to get back to it for a long time. My guess is I might want to do another one somewhere when we get, once I reach maybe those number here. Maybe this one will be kind of, that's close. Maybe this one. I don't know. Because here at the end, that's going to be mainly about speed and power, and those are very dependent on fatigue. And so in order for me to really reach those goals of high intensity speed, I might need another recovery week to really alleviate all the fatigue that I've induced for before. I don't know. But my guess is that was kind of a good point. Is that not very good thing that I've got injured, but maybe it happened for a reason because my fatigue level was starting to get too high. Maybe. So anyway, what we are going to do. So let's actually not see much. So this week, as I said, is going to be a reactivation week. Because you don't want to get back to full-on max effort just after a deload, especially a recovery week where you have done nothing. I've done nothing. So I need to slowly get back to it, with and also making sure my back is fine, because even though I feel okay, I still need to see progressively, okay, if I start retraining and so on, am I fine? Can I actually train hard? So that's why this week, normally those numbers I should hit pretty easily. We'll see. Probably not that easily, because when you're on reactivation week, generally speaking, since your body is deactivated, this is going to feel hard as shit. But that's not because I'm weaker. It's just that my body have just relaxed, and so it's just here. This week is conservative target. That's what I want to say. Then we will get back to normal training, and so that's what I'm thinking is just okay. I took a deload here and a deactivation week. Uh, but that's not that big already because it did not affect the final outcome because we are getting back on track. I don't have to change the training. And I think 116, 117, 118, all of that is should be fine. I'm thinking that maybe this, yes, basically the next two mesocycles are going to be brutal. This one I think should be fine, but this one I'm kind of worried. I'm gonna have to start making some really big progress on the strength side, and also start making progress on the power side because I think that I'm start getting diminishing return in terms of strength. It's not that strength is not helping anymore. It's just that I'm gaining strength at a slower pace. And so if I want to keep making steady gain over the next two mesocycles, I need to kind of find a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I just need to focus on getting strength and just get those speed down. Even if that means I push a little bit too harder during speed session. Maybe that's just the way it is. And then we'll have like a big block here of not complete deactivation, but more of a long-term deload to compensate. That's not as aggressive as this one. It's just I'm going to train, but I'm just going to try to maintain. I'm going to put everything on maintenance level to first of all allow my body to consolidate to the target I have set for myself, and allow to alleviate fatigue at the same time. So that's consolidation and fatigue removal. So yeah, here we start really getting into the hardcore part of the year. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Also, I want to show you something before we wrap things up. See, I've told you in the last video that I've been working on some short-form content, and I start putting them and see the result. Absolutely insane. I mean, the first two videos that I've posted are sitting at 40,000 views. That's insane. And those ones are performing. I mean, for me, as long as the video is above 10k views, I'm more than thrilled. I'm not asking for more than that, but seeing that I've done two bangers in a row, I mean, that's absolutely insane. Anyway, yeah, that's just what I wanted to share with you because that's mind-boggling. The account is slowly getting some traction. I went on from 28 followers, I believe, to 110 in 4 videos. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just pretty thrilled about all of that, to be honest. And also on Instagram is a little bit slower, but yeah, 29. But I mean, no. We went on from 7 or 8, I believe, to 27. So that's going a little slower. You see that the same video, the same video didn't perform as well, but also I found that it takes a little bit more time. TikTok, pretty much in 1 or 2 days, you reach the peak of views that you can possibly have. Where Instagram, this one took like almost 4 days to get to the peak. Here, this one doesn't seem to still be growing. This one is growing a little, and this one as well. So yeah, I mean that's decent. That's decent. That's just it. So I'm pretty happy about that. Honestly, I'm amazed, and that's also part of the thing that are going to change is now I'm going to be spending a little bit more time before each training session to actually record those contents so I can create them. That feels a lot better because until now I was kind of working on business side, which were not related to golf and golf side, and so I was spreading myself in too many directions. And also, since on business and everything, I'm not that good. I didn't have a way to stand out. Where here, I'm pretty good at golf. So I have a lot of different and interesting way for me to stand out because just I'm good. And also since I know a lot about content creation, I can stand out because of that. The merge of me being good at content creation and golf can create something very interesting, I believe. So yeah, anyway, I'm really thrilled about that. I hope the training park is going to go well as well, that my back is feeling great and I'm going to be able to get back on track. So we'll see that this week and see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye.